Hello and welcome to our continuing live coverage on a day when dramatic results coming in from Jharkhand and Jammu and Kashmir. The BJP adding one more state to its kitty, Jharkhand, with a clear result there in favour of that party. And in Jammu and Kashmir, the party's best ever performance yet. But that didn't stop the results from turning into a fascinating fractured mandate. It may well see the BJP coming to power in an alliance with the PDP. That's the big evolving story on the day when the party has reasons to be pleased. We have the possibility of an Amit Shah press conference. The BJP president going to address the press live very shortly from the BJP office. But it's the addition of Jharkhand which has brought up the tally of the BJP. And let's now put this up on the screen for you, a graphics of all the states where the BJP and the NDA are in power, which indicates that this is perhaps the highest that the BJP has ever been in power, the maximum number of states in its political history. And this includes the states, and I just did a quick back of the envelope tally here. Swapan Dasgupta and Praveen Swami continuing to join me in the studio. Sambit Patra also with me. Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Punjab, Maharashtra, that's 9. Add Jharkhand as the BJP has today, and that is 10 states. Swapan, I was just asking you before we went on air, you were saying that is this the maximum number of states the BJP has ever controlled?
I'm not terribly sure about the exact statistical details, because there was a time when Tamil Nadu, Orissa and Bihar were also part of the same thing, and as were Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh.
Right.
So maybe it's not strictly accurate, but I think what can be said is that since the election of the general election of 2014, I think the BJP has certainly added considerably to its kitty.
Yes.
And Jharkhand, Haryana, Maharashtra, three important
the momentum
additions.
continues. So, Sambit Patra, is this, and this is broadly the theme on which you built this discussion around, that does this demonstrate the continuance of a Modi wave?
And I think there is no doubt, and we should not be off discussing about this wave. The wave, in fact, has been seen time and again in every state elections that we faced. We saw the wave in 2014 Lok Sabha elections. We have been seeing the wave thereafter in every state election, be it Haryana, from where we climbed from 4 to 46, be it Jammu and Kashmir, where a tectonic shift in the politics took place today. As rightly in the NDTV in the morning when we were discussing, Dr. Roy was putting it as a watershed line today in the Indian politics, because never ever before had we heard a headline saying that Bharatiya Janata Party is leading in Jammu and Kashmir. There was a time in morning when we were leading, and today also we have become the prime stakeholder of Jammu Kashmir politics, one of the most important parties there. The
only thing here is that you know, when I talk about the persistence of the momentum of 2014, and this is just now quibbling over numbers, that if you look at the number of seats in terms of assembly segments that you led in 2014 in Jharkhand, for example, there's been somewhat of a drop. You led in about 57 segments, then you're at about 40 now. In Jammu and Kashmir, it's about the same. So would you say that while, yes, there continues to be a strong current of popularity for the BJP, there's been a sort of a mild dip since May?
No, rather contrary to it, I would say that in 2014, when we are contesting for the Lok Sabha elections, naturally the focus was on the centre, the focus was directly on Mr. Modi, I mean on his performance. So the expectation was that he would perform, and that's the reason as to why the kind of mandate that we saw was historic. But in the state elections, in spite of knowing the fact that directly the votes do not go to the centre, people have in a way borrowed the vision of Mr. Modi to their states. They wanted that though we would have a chief minister different from Mr. Modi, but still, because we have faith in Mr. Modi, because we know that his vision is something which is very important, so we would like to have the BJP government over here in the state also. So I believe I would not compare the phenomena of the Lok Sabha elections along with the state. But what we have achieved today is twofold, in the sense that Jharkhand needed stability. Since the day it was formed, after 14 long years, Jharkhand is getting what it wanted, that is stability. Vanvas, the 14-year-long Vanvas of Jharkhand is over finally. And Jammu Kashmir needed the triumph of democracy. People came out, people voted as never before, and we became a major stakeholder in Jammu Kashmir's politics. I believe this is triumph of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay, but how would you see it, Praveen? Would you see that there's been a little bit of a slowdown of the momentum of 2014, particularly if you look at Jharkhand, or would you say that that's again hair splitting?
No, I think Mr. Patra is right in that there are all kinds of complex factors between these things, but the slowdown is unmistakable. In Jammu and Kashmir, I think any other party would have been very satisfied by its performance. Had the BJP itself not set the goalpost so high with this Mission 44 stuff and all.
Right.
It's also important to note that Mr. Modi may or may not have played a role, but say in Jammu, the growth of the BJP predates all of this. It rose from 1 seat to 11 seats in the last election in 2008.
And now it's gone from 11 to almost 25,
24, whatever it's going to get. So there's a pattern of growth which has to do with people drifting away from the Congress.
But that jump, that almost, jumping almost double, you won't credit Modi
Mr. Modi undoubtedly is a factor in that, but the disenchantment with the Congress in the Jammu region predates his arrival on the national political scene.
Okay.
And in Jharkhand, again, the performance hasn't been stellar. In fact, it would be interesting later to run some numbers and see if the Congress had made a decision to stay in alliance with the National Conference in Jammu and Kashmir and with other parties, whether their performance would not have been substantially better than it's actually been.
Okay, let's even as we get you those live pictures of Amit Shah arriving at the BJP office, surrounded by huge crowds there, making his way towards his press conference. Let's go across live to Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Congress, who joins us. Priyanka, now I see that you and the other spokespersons have been doing a valiant job of trying to put some positive spin to these results since the morning. But would you at least acknowledge that today's results continue to demonstrate the presence of a strong, if not a wave, a strong political current in favor of Narendra Modi, in favor of the BJP?
No, it would be absolutely silly if I said that, BJP didn't do well in Jharkhand or Jammu and Kashmir. But what I'd like to mention is they haven't done as well as they would have wanted to, considering that they were making these grand statements about Mission 44 in Jammu and Kashmir. They were making huge statements as far as Jharkhand was concerned. So as far as the performance is concerned, though they might have done well, as far as the performance is concerned, it has just fallen short of what their own expectations were. And having said that, while I agree that they have done well, and while, since morning I have been on debates where we started from a discussion where I was told that Congress would be totally wiped out in Jammu and Kashmir, we've managed to hold on to our own. From here on, we definitely feel that now that all the 2014 elections, all the assembly elections have come to a close, it is time that Congress also faces up to its challenges that we face as far as winning the confidence of the people is concerned.
Priyanka,
we saw what happened in general elections, and moving forward, we need to strengthen our... Yes.
What is your assessment? We were just adding up now. BJP/NDA in power in 10 states in the country. Never before had there been in power in so many states. You're down to 9 states. If you minus now Jharkhand is out of your kitty, those states actually constitute less than 14% of the total electorate. Someone was just doing a back of the envelope calculation for me. Those 9 states come to about the population of Uttar Pradesh. I mean, again, this is perhaps the lowest the Congress has been politically. We'll have to check the numbers. Again, I'm not saying this categorically. Where do you think you went wrong?
No, we can keep looking at we can keep looking at numbers, we can keep looking at vote shares, we can look at various other things. The point is that we have managed to lose some states which we were holding on to. We've lost the general election, and we need to definitely consolidate our state leadership.
Where have you gone wrong?
Look at strengthening our state leaders and ensuring that...
No, but the problem is that we never seem to get from the Congress a clear understanding or a clear acceptance of where you've gone wrong. For example, you continue to protect your senior leadership from any blame. There's never any mention of whether this is going to make Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi accountable. These are the people who lead the party. Surely the time has now come to start raising those questions. How many elections, how many defeats is the Congress going to wait before it does that?
No, accountability just does not stop at the top leadership. Accountability will come from every single Congress person, a Congress member, people who are holding on to positions in the party. Every single person is responsible for the winning and the losing. We have always maintained that. It has always been a team victory or a team loss. So, whatever the challenges, like I said, sorry.
That I'm afraid, Priyanka, with all respect, that I'm afraid
whatever the challenge that we face,
now a well-known, is a well-known formula that is trotted out every time, and it just doesn't seem to quite acknowledge the crisis, Swapan Dasgupta, that the Congress
it may not work. It may not seem right. When we are if we may keep discussing and debating this, it may not sound right, but we definitely will get our act together and we'll come back stronger.
Swapan Dasgupta, is the Congress living in a fool's paradise? It just simply isn't owning up to the fact, as I said, that today its percentage of votes is roughly equivalent to the population of Uttar Pradesh. And this, by the way, was a figure that was calculated when Jharkhand was still in its kitty. You minus that, and we're talking about a number which is, by all accounts, embarrassing.
See, the Congress is still a formidable political organization in this country. But I think the problem of the Congress is that it's perhaps unmindful of the way in which it's getting displaced as the principal national party by the BJP. And I think they're a little slow to recognize this fact, and they're still clutching on to straws here and there, an odd by-election victory, something else.
Yes.
Hiding behind the coattails of the Trinamool Congress in the Rajya Sabha or something.
Or Sambit Patra, or as Priyanka Chaturvedi said, essentially the argument today is, look, there is no wave because the BJP did not get up to Mission 44.
Srinivas, can you repeat your question?
Is that sophistry?
Can you just repeat the question? Because of fireworks, I could not listen to, I could not get your question.
The BJP didn't get to Mission 44, and therefore the Congress says there is no wave in your favor.
See, today my language should not be a language of arrogance. My language should be a reconciliatory one. I should be empathizing with my friend Priyanka Chaturvedi. Well, yes, she has a difficult task today. I mean, she has a difficult task. She has been having a difficult task of late. And I can well understand how bad it is when a spokesperson has to face this kind of defeat time and again. But I would say that, well, Rahul Gandhi should not be targeted. Rahul Gandhi is a national asset. He can well be promoted in the Congress. We have no problem. The Congress should keep him. The Congress should promote him. Why should we be complaining at all? It is their problem. Let them face it.
You should be celebrating.
Yeah, I fall short of those words. I will not say we should celebrate it, but I have in a way said that he is a national asset. We would be very happy if he is promoted. No issues.
What does this mean for Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka? What should he do?
No, I did not get your question. And firstly, I just like to clarify to Sambit that while I was talking about BJP's not reaching the Mission 44, I did acknowledge that you all have done seemingly well in 2014. At least he's got to acknowledge that before he attacks Rahul Gandhi or all our leadership.
I was full of praise.
And that should be Congress's concern, none of BJP's concern right now.